We have a point of sale system mostly for small business use in the comic store field. The splash screen, and that's the initial load screen. What I'm going to do is run the setup. If I were to purchase software, I'd be given a number and a key, and I would enter the franchise number and key here and then hit submit. Now it is going to create your database for you for your items and all the other information. It does handle point of sales. It is a POS software. However, it does much more than that. It tracks the members of your store, what they buy, and how much they spend. It can track their store credit. It will, in the later versions, it will be able to create events and manage them for you. Instead of having to go to different sources to update all of these events in different locations, you'll actually just have one place in this application. You create an event, and outside of registering it with the official organization, for example, a Magic the Gathering tournament would be have to be registered through the proper channels at Wizards. But as far as Facebook, Twitter, a website, and other places, you'll be able to update the event at one location instead of having to go through multiple places. Our setup is complete. So I have a basic test username and password. There is encryption, and it's one-way encrypted to make it nearly impossible to break. So the first thing we're going to do is go into management, go to the store manager, and we are going to add a store. Now it is a little slow right now, but the speed issue will be completed before release. Our initial test site is the Hamilton Illuminati. It is on Main Street. I don't remember the actual street address. It is in Hamilton, Ohio. Got this nice drop down. I'm just going to guess at the postal code, and we're going to make up some stuff here. Something else that this program handles is a store's email address. Now, it is important to know that you have a email, preferably Gmail, and what you can do is set up a two-step verification and enter that two-step verification password here. We're going to go ahead and add the store to our database. Now it's updated on the left side. We can see that it's added. We're going to go ahead and set this as our current store. Now we can see the store Hamilton Illuminati is set as the default store. As far as employees, we can add employees and such, but initially I'm already a member, and then there's a non-member that that's to, if you want to complete a sale and the person doesn't want to have a membership at your store, just wants to buy something, you just are able to select non-member for that. Members adds members and handles store credit. It's going to have much more functionality in the future. Inventory is currently managed behind the scenes, but there will be a way to pinpoint and go into your inventory and do things that way. We're going to go ahead and go to orders, and we're going to go to distributors. Now, Hamilton Illuminati's distributor is Southern Hobby Supply. They're a fairly large company, multiple places. Now, I'm going to add them, Southern Hobby Supply. There's no real contact I use. There's one guy in IT, but they would use someone else. I'm just going to put John for now and make up a street address. Make up a city and state. I believe they are in Kentucky. Make that up. It's important to note here, though, is, many distributors have an email address, and I'm going to enter in another one of my email addresses. One of the really cool things is if you go through and look at what their catalog looks like, you can pick the items. I have it default set up for Southern Hobby currently, but this screen allows you to be able to do multiple types of catalogs. Go ahead and go through the catalog I was sent from Southern Hobby. It does have a heading in the file, so I'll make sure I check that box, and I'll submit that. And now I'll add this distributor. Now, it does take a few minutes to do, so I go ahead and allow the program to run, but it is adding the catalog in the background. When you update catalogs, if it's a large update, it may take a while, but this would be something will run overnight, not something you would run during the day. Excuse me. The distributor items. It's loading up. Some of them should have already been added, but it's not done with the entire catalog yet. But there are some. So one of the other cool things is we can go into orders here. Our catalog has been added. Our 28,136 item catalog. It only took a minute. So we're going to select Southern Hobby, and we are going to add a distributor order. The order got cut off for now, but again, this is just more of it's a pre-alpha version. The alpha version should be done in a month or two, with a beta release by the end of summer, which is, we'll actually send it out to the test sites and start working the software in an actual store and receive feedback, make corrections, and add things from there. And we have tons of features that we are going to add into the future. Currently in my hands I'm holding a Kaladesh booster box. I'm going to take my UPC scanner and enter it in. Excuse me, the system notices it's searching, so it will list it for you. I would like to order 10 boxes of Kaladesh, so I'll use this button to add it to the order. It is $810 total, and I can even add other ones as well. Let's see, leave these maybe there. Yeah, some DBZ Awakening. How about that? It's not as popular as Magic the Gathering, so we're only going to order 5 of those. $985 order. Go ahead and submit this order. In a future version, you'll actually be able to suspend orders or save them, and currently you have to order it all at the time that you do it. We're also going to have like pre-saved orders. Maybe you tend to order the same thing or close to the same thing. You'll be able to go into a past order and pull it up and either make a small change or no changes at all and submit a new order based on the old one. this is just trying to like decrease in your paperwork, um, streamline your inventory, your tracking of your inventory, um, etc. And I think that the amount of time that is saved will greatly um, help improve efficiency, give you more time at home, because I believe having a nice work-life balance is important. Now this is the email address I set up from the store. This is the email address I set up for the distributor. Um, this is the store name, so Hamilton Illuminati has an order, and these are the items that they ordered. Um, this is just, a basic version, but this will definitely have a little bit of work done to it to make it look a little neater. Add totals, subtotals, and even possibly payment information um, in the future. Um, but now we get the orders. Now what do we do? So we can check in items. Um, the system is just very basically set up. Um, list your orders. It's still numbers. They are representative of names. I just haven't linked them yet. But it's like order number 1. Uh, distributor or name is the 1 is their number, and the order status is 1, which means it's been ordered. Well, I can go ahead and take this, and I have 10 of those, so I'll check those in. And say, you only received 8. Sometimes, distributors like, hey, I got 8 right now. I'll send these to you, and we'll get some more from Wizards of the Coast, or however that exactly works out. I'm working on all my point of sales knowledge and everything. As you can see, it's now at 0. 5. And we'll check in the 5 DBZ boxes. These things will be removed in the future release after they've been checked in. That way it doesn't say 0, so you can see that there's nothing on your order. Additionally, one thing that comic stores tend to do a lot of is buy items from customers. Maybe a guy just comes in one time, can be a non-member. Let's say he's got a box of Kaladesh he would like to offload. Go ahead and enter in the UPC there, search for it. It's a box of Kaladesh. He just wants to sell us 1. We'll add the item to the purchase. In future endeavors, we're going to work on having pre-populated lists, maybe common items or recent items that you'll be able to tab through. You'll be able to search an item through a UPC, or even type in some sort of new item and how much you're going to purchase it from them. If you know how much you're going to sell it for off the top of your head, you can add that and how many items and such. But for now, we're going to complete our non-member purchase. Again, these things will be much more sped up in the future. I'm using a much smaller database that has not that much power, just for testing. And other. And the most important thing that a store does is sales. Sales are quite important. Again, we can do it with a non-member since I didn't add any members. But we see the 5 DBZ boxes, the Kaladesh box, the other boosters that we bought from the order. Can add the item to the sale. In the future versions, we're going to work on sales tax, so it auto figures in tax for you for taxable and non-taxable items. Also, you may want to give people discounts. We're going to work on a percentage and a flat rate base. That way you can do it as you need be. We're also working on having like member reward programs that you'll be able to set up. Um, Maybe if a customer buys so much in a month, you want them to be able to have a discount for the next month. Um, but we also kind of need the ideas from the stores on which ways they would like to do that. Um, but we're going to try to make it as permissible as possible. That way it'll give a wide variety, a lot of options of how you would like to do that. Maybe there's like certain levels, and we'll keep track of the membership levels in the program. Um, but we can sell the items fairly easily. Um, Also, it will be able to print receipts in the final version. Currently it doesn't, but what it will do is it will send them an email. So instead of having to, print receipts for every customer that comes through the door, um, people that either don't want receipts or, don't mind it being emailed, that way they can just keep it digitally. And if your customer um, goes a step farther, which we're going to include like some sort of membership quick start guide, um, they could set up a filter in their mailbox and they could have all their receipts stored in one folder in their mailbox for all time. They don't have to worry about having this little sheet of paper. They don't have to worry about where that little sheet of paper is. You don't have to print this little sheet of paper and spend money on receipts every receipt paper or receipt ink. Um, you just have to have a computer system that handles it. Um, and of course, something in the final portion is that we'll have to be able to generate reports. You'll be able to enter in the years, month, and day. So, let's see. Oh, sorry, 2017. We're going to go from the first month, first day, to tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's the 4th. Now I can select orders, purchases, and sales, and call it my May report, and generate the report, which is fairly quick. Once I find the report, and I named it May report. Bring this up in Notepad. The formatting's pretty basic, but I must have entered something incorrectly. But normally it would just show it's not quite formatted correctly anyway. But you'll be able to report all of the inventory that you have or inventory that you've sold from certain dates. You will be able to track which employees make the sales, so you can find out which of your employees are selling a lot of items and which ones aren't. And you can operate on stores from one place, which may be important if you own more than one store. With the store manager, you just add all your different stores, and then you can just set the location of which one you want to order from. So I could go through, change the location, set the default store as a different one, which we're going to add easier buttons for all that stuff too, so you don't have to go through so many clicks. But please comment on the video or send me a message and let me know what you think of the video. We hope to have the initial release in about 3 to 4 months, and we're really excited. Thank you for watching the video.